we stayed over Christmas break to watch some scary movies. We decided to watch The Fourth Kind. Great movie, good movie. We watched it. So I'm leaving, I'm going upstairs, I'm about to go to sleep. By the time I get upstairs, my phone rings. Like 3 in the morning, who's calling me? I look at my phone, it's my roommate. I'm like, yo, why is he calling me? He's downstairs, like I just left him. Why is he calling me? So I answer the phone, he's like, yo, I need you to get back down here now. I'm like, no, because you about to try to scare me on some stupid stuff. Ain't going down, I'm not coming back down there. Plus, I just walked up all these stairs, why would I walk back down? He's like, no, dude, like, I'm so serious. Please come back down. I'm like, okay. Go back down the stairs. I look at him. He's like pale white. I'm like, dude, like, what's up? What's wrong? He's like, man, somebody just floated from that door into the kitchen. I go, ha. You said floated. Nope, ain't happening. That's not going, no. I don't believe you. He goes, dude, I would not make this up. I swear to you, I can tell you in full detail what I saw, whatever I saw had on, what it was wearing, what it looked like. It floated from that door into the kitchen. I'm like, man, I ain't even on that right now, though. Like, we don't do that. I know. If it's in the kitchen, it's going to be in the kitchen. Now, in his defense, his room is downstairs, which is the door it came from. So he didn't want to go downstairs. Don't blame him. So I'm like, okay, fine. Let's go see let's check it out. I'm scared. I ain't even about to lie. I'm scared. So I'm in front. The lights to the kitchen were on the side before you like get into the kitchen. So I kind of do one of those quick peeks to look in. I ain't see nothing. So I quick turned on the lights and then hopped in the kitchen. I'm like looking around. And then I'm like, okay. Thinking he about to start laughing and stuff like he got me. So I'm walking around like, dude, like, you bogus, you got me. And I just hit this spot in front of the back door. And when I tell you, the house went from like 80 degrees to like -35. I was in shorts and a shirt. Like, the house was warm. But in that spot I was standing at, all the hairs rose up on my arms. I had goosebumps out of this world. Like, if I had long hair, it would have been sticking out. Like, it was insane. And I just looked at him. And I'm like, dude, like, do you see this? And he's like, yep. I'm like, okay. If there's anything in this kitchen, we already just scared ourselves watching the movie. If you can please leave and not scare us any further, we already had a loss today. So to not give us another one, we greatly appreciate it. As soon as I said that, gone. Gone. Warm as day. Immediately just left. I was freaked out. I'm like, oh my God. So we both slept downstairs, on the couches, watching Family Guy that night. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But tomorrow, I'm gonna go home because I can't stay here, because. And he's like, man, I'm leaving in the morning. I'm like, see, I got work tomorrow, so I can't leave in the morning. That's bogus. You bogus, because now I'm gonna have to be here. I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna go to work for the whole day, and then I'll leave after. Because I'm not about to stay in this house by myself. So in the morning, he leaves to go home. I left just to be at work early because I didn't want to stay in the house. And I did my shift. Got off around maybe like 3 or 4 in the morning. Driving home, exhausted, completely exhausted. I should not have drove. I should have just went into my ghost house and took a nap and just left in the morning. But I didn't want to do that. So I'm driving. I can feel the fatigue hitting. I'm getting tired. So I hit the middle lane. No other cars out there. Nobody. I'm solo. Driving from DeKalb to Cal City solo. Nobody else is on the expressway. I'm by myself. So in my mind, I'm driving in the middle lane. I at least have a lane either way if anything was to happen. Windows down, you know, I got the music playing, I'm singing, you know, I'm tapping myself in the face a few times just to, you know, stay awake. But I could feel it. I'm driving, I feel it. And I know I did. I fell asleep. I know I did. I felt the car like jerk, and I popped up, which I went into the next lane, and of course, quickly, immediately, I hit my mirrors to check, you know, make sure I'm not about to hit nobody, or I can actually be safe. And as I pop up, I check my mirror, I look at my mirror, somebody was in the back seat, I turned around, nobody was there. I was wide awake for the rest of that trip. So, I drove all the way to my mom's house, clearly awake. I wasn't sleepy no more, I was wide awake. I get to my mom's house, was happy I made it, went in, went to sleep. Get up in the morning, I'm like, okay, like, did that really happen? Like, was that real? Did I dream that? Because I know I went to sleep. Like, you know, I don't know if it happened. So, my grandmother and my aunt had stopped by. And they were just visiting, you know, family hangout or whatever. And my aunt had some old photos from like when her and my mom and, you know, uncles and aunties were, you know, younger, you know, and she had got them restored. So I'm like, yeah, let me see those. I made fun of y'all when y'all was younger or whatever. And she goes, haha, you know, everybody passing around so you can see. I'm like, okay, cool. So everybody's passing around the pictures. I grab the pictures, I'm looking, I'm like, look at that, that's funny. And I look and I'm like, whoa. Who is this guy in the picture? And they go, oh, that's your grandfather. You never met him. He passed before you were born. I go, no, I did meet him. And they go, well, how did you meet him? I was like, he was in my car last night. Couldn't make that up.